Lucy must be wandering around because she jumped up there real fast and started shaking her tail in an agitated fashion. And there's Ruth Cat over yonder, waiting on me. I'm gonna eat a little breakfast first though.
You know what?
Watching a squirrel on top of that stump.
Well, they always get on my acre and get up there and eat. And there'll be shells. The shells are all off, but they get on the gun shooting table and.
Huh. I should get my chainsaw and square that top off.
Oh, he done seen you now.
Well, this is Monday morning. I did call the doctor today, but they're not going to be able to, it doesn't appear that they'll be able to get me in today or tomorrow. And she suspects that he'll want me to have a chest x-ray first. He's out Friday. I would have called last Thursday, but he's not in Friday. And of course, they're not open on the weekend, so Monday is the earliest that I could have called. And it turns out he was on vacation last week, and he's really booked up solid this week. So, oh well. You know, I am taking this Entyvio, and they warn you that it weakens your immune system and leaves you, you know, kind of at risk of catching whatever creepy crawlies are out there, whether it be bronchitis or RSV or, you know, Charlie Victor 19er, or, you know, just a plain old cold. But we all know that a man cold is as bad as childbirth. So anyway, me and my buddy, we're going to go sit in the front porch. I'm going to drink a Mountain Dew. Let me get that eye booger. Is that all? How's the other one? Let me get that other one. Hold on. Let me get that booger. Give me your boogers. Okay. You had a bath yesterday. How do you get eye boogers so quick, huh? All right. I'm going to decide whether I want to. I've sanded this up to 400. And I have sanded the snot out of it by hand. And I do not see any deep scratches. Now, I have ordered a lot of stuff that I've had to replace. I've been making do with, this is 180 and that's for wood. They're cheap, it's good for one pass and that's it. This is 320, so I don't have any 220. I don't have anything beyond 320, and this is also for wood. However, I have ordered some 5-inch sanding discs specifically for metal from Combat Abrasives. They were kind of expensive. And I have this other cleaver that I will be, you know, using them on and basically experimenting with. And I really want to get these things so incredibly shiny that they wouldn't dare rust. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna go home for a minute, drink a Mountain Dew, sit in the front porch, and then if I feel like it, come back down here. And this one, I know that I have to go back. I have some scratch, some deeper, if I catch the light just right, I have some deeper scratches, and I'll probably have to go back to 220 on this. See right there, you can see it. And I didn't even bother the other side when I realized that I was going to have to go back several grits on this. So I took my 320 and I sanded the snot out of each side. So I do not see any deep scratches, but again, it is really, really hard to tell when it's in its satin finish stage, and you don't know until you get it on a buffer, and then the scratches become obvious. So do I want to get all dirty now, or do I want to wait till I get the stuff in? It will probably be the end of the week. I actually have some more stuff coming Monday. Oh, and the buffing wheels. My buffing wheels, they're 8-inch buffing wheels, and they're down to about 5.5 inches. So I had to order buffing wheels. So, you know, I think I probably won't be coming back to buff these, because when your wheel goes from 8 inches down to 5 inches, you it's spinning at a much lower RPM. Now, granted, you can barrel into it harder because, because of the smaller diameter, it's harder to stop the wheel with the pressure you're bearing into it with. An 8-inch wheel, although it's spinning at a much, much higher RPM and you're getting a whole lot more polishing done, you can't stop the wheel, especially on my Jet. Okay, and let me tell you this. Bauer, the Harbor Freight buffer. I have I have 4 buffers. One is a Jet that cost like $600 back when, and now they're about $1,000, so I'll never be able to buy another Jet. The Bauer was about $165, and it's almost as good as the Jet torque-wise. So I'm thinking about replacing 2 of the buffers with 2 more Bauers over time. I got to sell knives. And the other 2 buffers that I'll be replacing were these junk Amazon buffers that never did have much torque. RPMs are fine, but when the thing slows down the second you touch something against it, RPMs mean nothing. Torque combined with RPMs is what you need, and the Bauer from Harbor Freight seems to have more than enough torque, almost as much as the Jet, and it's, a quarter of the price, maybe a fifth of the price. Alrighty, probably it for me today. If it is, have a good Tuesday. I hope he at least calls me in some drugs. Well, my wife has the house tore apart, mopping behind furniture and that kind of silliness. So I'm going to sit out here in the front porch like an outside dog. We're outside dogs today. All right. I had a good long rest. I just put a new old wheel on my buffer. I'm fixing to get all my stuff on, and we're going to buff. See you in a couple hours. Okay. That is about as shiny as I have got one. And let me tell you, that was a bunch of work. Alrighty. Now I'm going to epoxy the handle on and call it a day. I got a whole lot of cleaning up to do from here back. Make sure all the epoxy sticks. I think I'm going to tape this up just so I don't... It's awful big, and I don't want to go banging it on anything. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tape that up. Maybe even put some paper towels around it, then tape it up. That way the adhesive doesn't stick to my shiny new cleaver. All right, almost there. Another half hour, we'll have handles epoxy. Okie dokie. That's a whole lot of clamps. And I sit here for about 45 minutes, and I make sure these pins don't slide out one way or the other, because they have. And one time, I was using some one-of-a-kind mosaic pins, right? And put the pins in, clamped it all up, and went right home. And come out the next morning, and 2 of the pins had kind of worked their way out. And I couldn't save it. I had to cut the handles off and start all over. So, these pins, I just go on either side and make sure that they're sticking out a little bit on each side. And they are. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And I'll just sit here for a minute till this stuff hardens up a little bit, and that's it for me today. Tomorrow, we got to go to Bossier City. Got to take care of a whole bunch of stuff. I was sure hoping the doctor would call me today, or at least call me in some drugs, but they haven't, and it's about 4 o'clock. So it took me about 2.5 hours to buff that up, and probably Wednesday, I'm going to go ahead and buff the other one up. I'm going to resand it and get back on the buffer, because I would like to have both these done about the same time. Alrighty, have a good Tuesday, y'all.